Will the Palit NVIDIA GTX 970 be able to stand up to the future-proof test? Let's find out. What's up, Texters, and welcome to the Palit NVIDIA GTX 970, which has 4GB of GDDR5 RAM. The Palit JETSTREAM is very aesthetically pleasing, with a gold-coloured plate, which really contrasts well with the carbon fibery grey tint. While this card not only looks amazing, it performs just as well, scoring some outstanding benchmarks. I compared the 960, the 970, the 980, and the new 1070. The reasons I included the 1070 was to test how far off this 970 would be from next-gen gaming. Now, this card performs amazingly well with the overly popular Counter-Strike Go, bringing in 270 to 300 frames per second. But this wasn't enough to prove this actually lived up to the standards of modern-day gaming. So I put it to the test, running it alongside the other graphics cards while using Tomb Raider to give me my main benchmarks. As you would expect, the 1070 of course outperformed the others, but was the 970 far behind? In a sense, yes it was, really, but that was to be expected. But you could also see another side to this argument. With this card being 1.5 years older than the 1070, you could say it isn't that far behind. The 970 was scoring an average of 66.4 frames per second on max settings on Tomb Raider. This can be compared to the 122.5 frames per second on the 1070. Well, you're thinking that's 56.1 frames per second less. Well, yes indeed it is, but in my perspective that isn't that bad for a 1.5-year-old graphics card. This wasn't the only test I did. I actually turned to Heaven benchmarking tests, and this test really proved that the 970 really isn't that bad. Yes, of course, you won't be doing your VR or 4K gaming, but for your full HD gaming, this card really suits the purpose. On Heaven, it scored 2,999. That is incredible, while getting frames from up to 180 per second. And yes, these were run on ultra settings. For the last test, I turned to GTA 5, and this game runs absolutely amazingly, with minimal frame loss and ultra settings. This by far exceeds 60 frames per second on ultra settings and really can deliver a tactile and responsive approach to the game. And I spotted no flaws when it comes to the graphics. With this game, it's actually so good. With the graphics card, it just feels like you're immersed into the game. You can get straight into the game with this card. It just runs so smoothly, and it just so amazingly when it comes to the GTX 970 on GTA. It just feels so good. I mean, there's better cards out there, but this, price to performance wise, is going to be absolutely smashing for your gaming PC if you're going to go get one. So what isn't good about this card is pretty much smashed all three of our tests and looks amazing. When it comes to the future-proof, 4K and VR gaming are rapidly moving into the casual gaming scene, and obviously this card won't be able to deliver 4K and really won't be able to deliver a great VR experience. To come to a conclusion, the GTX 970 really isn't a bad card when it comes to your casual and standard Ultra HD games, but when it comes to 2016 gaming, with your VR and 4K rapidly approaching, this really isn't going to cut it. So is this card future-proof? Simply, yes, really, but only for casual gaming. When it comes to your Counter-Strike Go or your Bioshock or whatever you fancy, even simulators like Grind and Dirt and all of that. It really does cut it when it comes to that, but when it comes to VR or 4K gaming, obviously it's really not going to cut it. I have really enjoyed the Palit GTX 970 and have used it for 1.5 years and haven't found any errors, really. I haven't found any errors. It's absolutely amazing card. It runs so smoothly with every single game I've had. Maybe a couple of freezes here and there and a couple of frame losses when I'm recording, but nothing to worry about. It's just how I set fraps up. It's nothing to do with the card, but just thought I'd include that. But yeah, it's a really enjoyable card, and I've used it for 1.5 years and I haven't found any errors any errors really. I would highly recommend this card for a casual build. Obviously, when you're playing, if you're just going to play Counter-Strike Go, this is an amazing card. But maybe you want to get something lower because, yeah, just because it's a lower intensity. It's not a graphics intensive game, is it really? Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Below, you will be able to comment. And can you really comment on how you found the video and what card you were getting to put in your PC this year? I hope you subscribe to follow all my latest content on the channel. Anyway, this was awesome, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!